Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another wonderful episode of Minecraft Survival Let's Play. Anyways, today we are here to have some fun, and we're going to start the episode off based off telling what has happened since the last episode. Now, if you guys don't already know, in the last episode, we just finished building, or well, sort of building, those two sort of half-done houses. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. Houses that are in the progress or in the works, and that's really all we did that episode because that's intentional. But besides that, after that, we decided to do a live stream on, I think, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And we went hunting for shulker boxes because I needed some. And this is what we ended up getting. Plus, we have a bunch more and whatever else is left. So, while we were in the live stream, it was probably one of the most terrifying live streams in a while, in my opinion, in which it gave us our first death. Now, it's probably one of the saddest moments. I really don't know, but here's a clip of it. Why are there so many of you guys in one room? This is torture. Welcome to the stream, Pichu. And you guys got me glitched. And I'm about to die. And I'm dead. I just died. I just died. I wasn't. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what to do. I've never died in the world. That's my first death. I wasn't paying attention. Pitiful, right? I know. I know. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy looking at chat. I wasn't wearing my chest plate. I was wearing the Elytra like always, and I got carried away. And it's just a bit unbelievable that I finally got my first death to that. Really? Really? I'm just amazed. But also in the live stream we had several close calls to like almost dying, and we had lots of little moments, and you guys can see them here. Let's see. Are you down here? Maybe maybe they're okay. Or you can do that. Let's see. Is it a weird dream that you had a dream about me playing Minecraft Pocket Edition? Probably. Okay. Let's think. What do we do in this scenario? What do we do? I'm trying to think real quickly. Because currently right now, we're in another life and death situation. Three, 6. Okay, maybe not, maybe not. Tried to press the button on my numpad and it didn't do anything. Oh, that's what I tried to do, kids. It didn't work. The press on my numpad didn't do anything. It is on, kids. No! Oh no. No, 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 on. But you guys think I'm able to press the water in time? I'm not too sure. What do we do in this situation? I mean, you guys, you want to do something cheap? Watch me die again right here. Like, I have an idea, but I'm not too sure if I like that idea. Answer what the ranks want. Let's think about this. Wait, we're gonna put this in head, right? We're gonna do something testing, right? Okay, we're gonna test something real quickly. So, if we're falling right now. Okay, I did this real quickly. Let's roll. Okay, let's retry. Okay, I need to make more about this. What am I doing? You know, I'm trying to see if you do a quick disconnect right before we hit the bottom. And it's still gonna kill us. Okay, maybe we'll. Huh. But you guys are gonna die. We are going to die. We're gonna die. I'm not ready for this. Okay, we lived. There you go, you guys. Oh my gosh. If we died again, I would have quit. You guys, we're alive. And here. And I guess we're done with that. Let's see. Who's your favorite cartoon character? I have no clue who that would be, and well, that's interesting. Don't really watch Okay. Okay, you guys, we're at this point of the game again. We're having a near-death experience. I don't know what it is with me today, but we're having a lot of problems. Like, a lot. Like, what do we do in our moment again? um, huh. So this time we don't even have any ender pearls on. Well, you see, Outer Rim, that's the thing. Originally, we had our elytra on all the time in the first 30 minutes of the stream. But we just so happened to stop paying attention to our food bar and health bar that I died. Because your chest plate is like half your armor. I don't have my elytra on, so that's a bit impossible. So, I mean, we could be really MLG and try to water bucket. So let's see. That is our 7th one. Okay, you guys, we're going to do the quick disconnectaroo, and we're going to try this again. Oh, see, yeah, we're good. See, you guys, we have nothing to worry about here. I'm a professional. Just disconnect from the game and you're fine. But besides all that fun little fancy stuff, we're going to get on to the rest of the episode because I'm pretty sure you guys are here for the real stuff and not just all my stupid little moments of like doing bridge simulator, aka dirt bridge simulator, / stone bridge / endstone, or close calls with death or killing shulkers. We are off to building a nice little thing called a medieval mineshaft because, well, we don't really need one. It'll be nice to have one because currently right now we don't have a place to mine at. So the idea is to kind of put one over there. So we have the trail that currently starts like, well, I guess that we have going on right here. So the idea is to have one that comes all the way over here. We're going to be cutting down these trees because they're kind of in the way, obstructing things. But as soon as we go over here, I believe just a little bit further, the idea is to put one like somewhere over here. And in order to do so, we're going to be using TNT. We're going to be using TNT to kind of get like the little entrance feel. And once we do that, we're going to get on with using our typical materials, which I believe I have laid out in the shulker box. So spruce logs or planks, wood, whatever, oak logs, and gravel, cobblestone, and slabs, and fences for here and there. And I also need to grab one other thing, as in all the ores that I have gathered and did not use, but I plan on using for this build. So, just gonna take a second. We're going to blow up a hole in the wall, and once we do so, we're gonna continue. This is what we've done so far. We've blown a little bit of TNT for blowing up the tunnel, I guess you can say. And we've also excavated a little bit of the area to actually kind of create the entrance to the tunnel itself. Now, we actually get to do, I would say, a little bit of the fun stuff now. And that is by using the logs and all that fun stuff to create the actual medieval mineshaft itself. And we already have a bunch of logs, so we don't really need that. But we will take some of this gravel and some of the slabs, and we will also take oak fences, and then I think we'll probably take the rest of that. And we may want to put some of this other useless stuff away. And we got to keep that just in case, so we'll put that closer to the entrance over here. That way it's easier access for us, and while we're at it, we'll put away other things. Let's see, we don't need that one firework or any more of the TNT, I would think. While it would be nice to be able to use it, it just does not seem to be working in the greatest way possible for us, I think. So, without further ado, I think we're going to get started right now. And we're going to get started by placing some of the planks that we think will create a nice design for us. And that is by making this look like that. And then eventually we're going, well, these are like the beams, I would say. What would you call it, a beam in a mine shaft? Yeah, maybe, right? So just imagine it like how already in Minecraft there's the mine shafts where they have the little fenced off posts like this with the 3 planks going over it and then the fence is coming down. So we're basically creating that for the front entrance in a way. Well, it's gonna be a roofed area though. So, I mean, it'll look fine regardless. And I think it'll look great. So what we're going to want to do now, ooh, I'm placing this in the incorrect spot. We also need our shovel too. And let's see, so we'll move that over by 1. and then we get to place our logs. So we're using oak logs, or we might end up using a little bit of spruce. I'm not too totally sure how I want to go about doing that, because I mean, I'm still trying to mix and match with what we have going on here. So I think oak is probably the best bet for us, because we're already using it, and it would be kind of odd to use other materials that don't really flow with our builds. But we may end up using some spruce, well, spruce stairs, because it kind of looks like it's a little bit damp of a material, and that would make sense because it's a mine shaft. It kind of gets a little bit of a weird temperature. It gets moist occasionally, and I think it would represent what's going on down there pretty well. That's just what goes on in my head, at least. And now let's take a look. How's this looking for us? I think this is what we want. Of course, we're going to fix that, tidy that up to make sure everything looks a little bit better. That way, it just does not look bad, I think. So, either way, what we're going to do now is we're going to finish off this little beam. So, if we can place things correctly, let's see, we need our planks. So if I can place a plank there and there, and then we need a stair. Oh, well, no, we actually need to move this in by one. I am messing up. What am I doing? Or actually, no, we don't need to. We can make it where it's an odd number. Because, I mean, that's more better, because when it's symmetric, it kind of looks a lot better, and just makes me feel a little bit better about how things are going with the build anyways. So it should be fine regardless. And I am placing you the wrong way. And we'll fix you right up. And then we'll do this right across like that. And we should be good on that part. So we kind of have a beam going on. And we're going to cover this up with the roof. That way you can't see any of this. I mean, this is kind of the start of the roof right here. So this beam will be covered up. And I'm going to quickly do that. That way we can actually get started on the inside of this. Because right now we're just kind of doing the boring stuff. So as soon as I finish the roof, we'll quickly get on to what we got going on. Anyways, we have made this progress so far, and as you can see, we finished the roof, if you can't already tell. And we've also done a little bit of tidying up here, which also means I still need to do a little bit more stuff. So like making sure that this grass over here is just put away, and making it flow a little bit better than what it currently is, because right now it's just a little bit all over the place. But I felt like I did a decent enough job for right now to where we can continue on. And then we've also been doing a little bit of work on in here for the actual mine shaft itself. That way we're kind of getting a little bit of stuff done too. So I think we're doing a pretty good job. I don't know, that's just me though, but either way, we're going to continue on with doing so, because right now we have a good bit of stuff to be doing. And let's see, so we're going up to that level, and then that's where the pillar will stop, or will go. And we got this part right here. So I mean, still pretty decent in my opinion. And then we'll have this beam that runs across right here, which I think should be good if we can continue. And then we got that. So right now we're going to have a little bit of the wall extend out right here. So like, even though it's not always perfect, it kind of, well, like the size of the tunnel is not always perfect. Like right here, it's kind of meshing in. So therefore the next pillar right here is going to be like pushed out one. So you'll be able to tell in a little bit, but like right now you're not going to be able to. So that should be fine regardless, which I'm hoping you guys think will look fine. And let's see, so we're going to go all the way up to here. Wait, let's see. I'm trying to think. That is too far. You're throwing me off. Because I was clearing this out, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing this efficiently. That way I'm not doing too much mining on camera for you guys, because I'm pretty sure that would be really boring. So I'm just trying to make sure that you guys don't have to deal with any of that. And let's see, we got to get more fences right here. That way we're getting that handled, and then we can place a little bit of that there. And then we need to have, that, let's see. So if we have this, that means we need to have a oak log that runs down right here. So we'll get that done, and we'll have that. And then afterwards, we have fences that run right down right there, and then fences on this side too. So I mean, it's kind of nice. And also the idea is probably to fix the roof too, because right now it's a really flat looking roof. And the idea is to kind of make it more of a cave, so where it's kind of more open. And a mine shaft is not always perfect, while it should be like where this is the support. We don't want it to always be that way though. So I don't know, that's just my take on how we should do this. And we'll place all that down. And we also need a bunch more stone. We really shouldn't have blown it up. We should have mined it ourselves. That way we would have had a good bit of stuff to use for this. And we'll also be placing a bunch of this later, because right now we're currently just trying to make it look the prettiest while we still can. And let's see, am I doing everything correctly? I think so. And then of course we're going to put cobblestone and gravel in, like, elsewhere into the build as further details. But for right now we're not. And let's see. So if we want to, the idea would probably be to extend the roof up by a little bit. And I've been trying to get rid of the dirt, because I don't feel like dirt really does a good enough job at making this feel like a mine shaft, and I can't reach that. Let's see. Pillar up by one more and then break that. So I just don't feel like dirt does a decent enough job, so that's why I've been removing it. That's just me. I have no clue if you guys have a real preference on that. And let's see. So we'll place some fences right here. And then I believe we want to kind of make it where it's a little bit snack, where there's like, it still kind of isn't perfect, because right now I was just making it a little bit too perfect right there. So we got to kind of make it pull down a little bit, I would say. Or so I mean, that's still not perfect, but we'll work on it. And let's see. So I think we're working on it at, well, it looks decent so far. Do we have all the materials that we need though, is my question. And it currently does look like it. So right now we're going to fill in the wall right here with the crappy block that I don't like, and that is granite. I don't think granite is the best, but with the resource pack that we have on, I think it makes it a lot better than what it is. So I don't know, that's just my stance on it. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. That is very odd. And then we have this going on. And we also have it go up. And what was the limit again? I think it's one more higher than that. And let's see. So we also... Ooh. I mean, I guess granite is fine, but this is going to be showing too. So that's kind of the only bad part about this. Am I fine with this? I guess so. And then we'll also place some stairs, and the spruce one for color, well, for a little bit of a differentiation, and just so there's a little bit more detail too. So I guess that's nice about it too. And then we'll also go back into the cave now. And I think it's starting to come together really nicely. Right here, there is a little bit of a, I don't know, it just doesn't feel fully correct. And we probably should change that. I mean, that may be because this part's empty still too, but that's also because we haven't really done anything to it. So we should be fine. And let's see. How are we doing? It looks like we're doing fine. And then we're placing you right here, running you right across. And let's see, can we do that? Ooh, no. No, we should leave that. That way it kind of adds a little bit more depth. Or makes it feel a little bit different, not too perfect on how things are intertwining, I would say. And let's see. And what else do we want to do? And we want to add a pillar that runs across right here. Okay, if I can place correctly, that'd be great, but we're not really doing that. Let's see, so we got this going on. And then we want to place another... Okay, I did not want to place those because we do not have a good enough tool for that, but that'll work. And then we'll break this down and we'll get a look of how things are going. And I think that is how we want it. I'm not too sure. Oh, that is not in the right spot. That is the problem. So if we place this by 2, okay. Okay, we're just messing everything up. Can I place it? There we go. And then I'll break the log, that way we can quickly get our resources back. And that should be good now. So we have this going on, which is what we want. And then we also want this to come out over here. That way we have a little bit of stuff going on. And let's see, can we get our cobblestone? Cobblestone, and then we got a slab here and here. Let's see, we got this. I think that's what we want. And then we'll also do... yeah, we're supposed to match up with this. So that means we need to move it over by a little bit. And then we'll place our oak logs that go up like this. And then we'll break this block. That way it's kind of perfect. Or a little bit different than that block. And then we also need to break this down then. And while we're at it, we can place some slabs, or well, not slabs, but cobblestone. And we got you right there. And then we have some stone that we need to place, and then fences that go up like that. And that's kind of what we have going on for right now. We do need to make some more fences, but you kind of get the vibe of what we're going on. So you can see that the medieval mineshaft that we have going on is kind of really woody, which is what we're doing because all of our builds currently have a lot of wood in it. And that's the vibe that we want. So we're just going to continue along with this feel. And once I finish doing a good bit more, I think I will bring you guys back to see the little bit of what we have. But yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it an episode on working on the medieval mineshaft. I think we've done quite a bit of work, and I think that's all we can really do for now. So either way, this is what we've done so far. Now, of course, we do need to do some we need to do some touch-ups to the build, so we need to add some ores. We need to add a rail system for the mineshaft, of course. Come on now. And also we added a nice little bridged off area, which will have some vines and mossy stone, which I do have right now, but it looks like I don't have any vines for some strange reason. So I'll need to get on that at some point. And we'll also continue to expand this whenever we get the time to do so. But I feel like this is a good start for the medieval mineshaft, and I feel like this will be a long process, in my opinion, for taking care of the build, as well, it's going to be, you know, something pretty just like what we have been doing so far, man, if I can speak. And I just feel like it should be really cool like this, and it's just going to take a lot of time in the end to really make it what we want. So that's pretty much it for this episode, you guys. If you guys do enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below what you guys think. Also, don't forget to check out any streams that I have been doing before, or will keep an eye out for streams. Follow me on Twitter, because that is one of the best ways to get an idea of when I'm going to be streaming. Or perhaps if you enable the little bell notifications for your phone or your mobile device, that way you'll get push notifications for when I'm starting a stream. And also, I would highly recommend that you guys check out the Afterlife SMP series, as I am having a lot of fun doing some roleplay things on there with Mr. Balon Skunk, and of course all the other members that we're currently doing stuff with. So I highly recommend that you guys go check it out. Throw it a like, throw it a comment, you know, just watch through it, tell me what you guys think, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But I am sorry for that little, well, I guess that pretty big, you know, advertisement for myself, but I felt like it's needed because I noticed a lot of support for this series, but not Afterlife. And I would think, I just think from the bottom of my heart that you guys would enjoy Afterlife too. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But either way, thank you guys for watching. And as always, have a great rest of the day.